I've never done a cleaning marathon video before, and since I haven't really done much cleaning this week, I decided to compile my best 8 videos for you to watch today. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. Today's installment of my home refresh is going to be remodeling my granddaughter's closet. Removing all of the old organization, which you can see here. Works a little bit, but not really that great. So we're going to remove this and install a closet-made closet.
You came along and showed me how to love without limits.
Of course, the first step is to remove everything from the existing closet. We're just taking it into my room, laying everything out on the bed, and then we're going to organize it later before she puts it back in the closet.
Far away from the city lights, so small under the night sky. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out. Even after all of these years, you still look at me with the same love. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out.
Now that we have a nice empty closet, it's time to start the hard work. Here we're discussing the layout because just like with my daughter's closet, I plan to customize a non-customizable closet. We purchased these 2 closet-made systems, one for this closet and one for the other closet about 2 years ago. So they've just been sitting in my garage this whole time. Now that we have some free time on our hands, we decided to go ahead and install these closets. I'm looking back at this video, I was missing one of those clothes rod hangers, so I can see here when we unboxed it, there was only 2 in the box. I thought maybe we lost one, but it looks like it just didn't come with it.
We're far away from the city lights, so small.
We plan to reuse these storage bins on the new shelves in her closet, so I'm just measuring and cutting them to the width of the storage bin.
Wear me out, even after all of these years. You still look at me with the same love. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out.
This is where I messed up last time and had to repurchase the shelves. I want to make sure that I'm cutting them to the right length so that they match up with those front poles that are actually going to hold up the front of the shelves.
Far away from the city lights.
And after measuring multiple times, I'm now cutting the shelves. And even though I measured multiple times, I still cut one of them a ½ inch too short. I have no idea how that happened.
Could never wear me out, even after all of these years.
This old closet is now being taken down and thrown in the trash.
It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out. You could never.
What I'm doing now is measuring where the holes are for the poles that go in the front to hold up the front of the shelves. So each shelf has to be in line with each of the holes with the pole. So I'm lining that up so that it matches, and Mariah is just drawing a line across my laser level so that I can quickly drill wherever I want the little brackets that hold the shelves. This is a hole punch to make the holes just a little bit bigger so the anchors go in just a little bit easier. Here's a close-up of what the anchor looks like going in the wall. And once the anchor is installed, gets a little silver nail, which I guess expands and holds the anchor in place. I guess that's how it works. I don't know. these are the little end caps that go on the edge of the shelves where they were cut, but I'm putting them on both sides. I don't think it really matters, but I'm putting it on both sides just because I had enough of them. But you really only need to put them on the exposed side. So the side on the wall, you don't really need them because you're never going to touch that, but I put them on all the sides. Here I'm showing you where I cut it just a smidge too short, not quite a ½ inch, maybe a quarter of an inch. So it was long enough that that little bracket would hold it in place. And that's the side that actually gets attached to the wall. It holds the front of the shelf on the wall. So I made it work. I just moved the shelf over just a little tiny bit so it wasn't lined up perfectly with the pole. But because it goes behind the pole, you couldn't really even tell.
Where you can't be the victim and come back when you're older. Go catch the storm within your broken bones and be wild, wild, wild.
All the shelving gets attached to the brackets that were drilled into the wall, and once the shelves are installed, there's a side bracket that holds the front of the shelf against the wall, and then the poles hold the shelves that are in the middle of the doorway.
Don't edit me out. How do you turn? Do you want me to stop it?
No, you can. Mariah's acting as my cameraman here, so I had to use my head to brace the shelf while I install the bracket.
And you feel that this is your beginning. Will colors fade, but it's okay. There is good in changes. Go run away, get it out of your system. Come back when you're older. Go find a place where you can't be the victim and come back when you're older. Go catch the storm within your broken bones and be wild, 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 wild.
I'm using my screwdriver to sort of bang these little brackets into place. They go on the front of the shelf, and then from the front of the shelf it attaches to the poles that hold up the front of the shelf where there's no wall to put a bracket onto. I learned with the first closet I did to vacuum first before I put those poles up, because those poles are in the doorway, and once the poles are installed, it's very difficult to get anything past them into the closet. So you want to make sure that you vacuum or clean the floor first, because you won't be able to do it after.
Better let myself give in to love, believe in us no matter what it does to my heart. Not used to this, no I'm not.
I put on my reading glasses here so I could see these teeny tiny little screws. I know they might not look tiny on camera, but they're actually really tiny, and I'm trying to look behind the pole to put the screw in through the bracket that attaches to the pole.
Drain, you getting into my brain.
The This is a much better view of what I was trying to do from behind. I can't actually get to where the screw is to screw it in from the front, so I put the camera up here so that I could use the front of the screen to see where I needed to screw the screw in, and it made it much easier for me to see what I was doing because now I could see it in the screen of the camera.
Not prepared. It was like if we were to waste these moments.
That's close enough, right?
You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain.
This is one of supposed to be 3 closet hanging rods that I'm hanging up now. The box only came with 2, which at the beginning of this video I saw when I unpacked the box there was in fact only 2. So I did have to go to Home Depot and get another one the next day, but for the sake of filming I just moved one to the other side so it looked like the closet was finished.
You're getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain.
All the shelves are installed, the poles are installed, the closet hanging rods are installed. The very last step is to install the shoe racks. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just screwing the brackets into, or nailing the brackets into the wall and then attaching them, and we're finished.
It's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you?
Here's a look at the finished closet before she put all of her stuff back in. And here's her closet today with all of her stuff back inside. If you notice at the very top there's an LED light. It's magnetic because she doesn't have an actual light in her closet. So I installed that LED magnetic light and she can just stick that to the bottom of the shelf and have light in her closet. We put all the same stuff right back into her closet, and as you can see here, she still has lots of shelf and storage space, lots more room for all of her clothes. The entire right side of her closet is pretty much empty, so she's got room to expand as well. This was my 5-hour closet install that you got to see in just 14 minutes. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. As promised, today we are going to clean my preteen granddaughter's bedroom while she's in Florida visiting her dad. Not all of this mess is hers. A little bit is some laundry and the chaos from packing to go to Florida. Full disclosure though, the mess on the desk is 100% her. First thing I'm going to do is get all the laundry out of here. Now, while my granddaughter has been in Florida, my daughter has actually put some of her laundry in my granddaughter's room to get it out of her room. So I'm not really sure what's clean and what's dirty. I'm just taking it all out to sort through it later. This is the part that I absolutely hate about making a bed when it's against the wall. When my granddaughter wanted to move her bed against the wall, I refused to change her sheets. Usually she or someone else will change the sheets on her bed, but since she's not here and I'm cleaning her room, I am stuck doing this. I don't know about you, but this is by far the worst part, and I absolutely hate it when I have to change the sheets or the bedding on a bed that's up against the wall. This laptop that I just picked up off of the floor here is one of probably 4 or 5 devices I found when I was cleaning Mariah's room. While she's in Florida, she has her cell phone and she has my iPad. I found that her HP laptop, I found a Surface Pro, and I found a tablet. These little flowers stuck on the wall that I'm going to show you in just a second were a DIY project that I saw on Pinterest. It's just a flower from Dollar Tree with a magnet stuck on the back. And then you take a thumbtack, stick it on the wall wherever you want the flower to go, and voila! This is all the laundry that I found either on the floor or on her bed, and I know that some of it was clean because I washed it for her so that she could take some of her stuff to Florida. So while I'm going through the laundry here, I am finding things that are not clean. So after I found about 3 or 4 items in this pile of laundry, I decided to just call it a day and rewash all of it because I didn't want to go through every single piece and try and figure out what was what. I got these vanity lights for Mariah's mirror with the hopes that they were going to stick to the actual mirror, and they have little suction cups and they never stuck, not even on day one. So I ended up using Command Strip Velcro, which worked for a little while, and I was able to stick it to the outside wood part of the frame, but the Velcro kept falling off as well. So I decided that I was just going to replace her mirror with something that I could use to stick on with the suction cups. So I ended up just putting the original mirror back, and I used Scotch tape to stick the lights back on her mirror. This white mat that I'm wiping down is the Gorilla Grip slip resistant drawer and shelf liner. I got it so that I could cover the top of her desk so that if she's polishing her nails, the acetone doesn't damage the top of the desk, or if she puts hair products down on it, or if she's playing with makeup and she gets makeup on it, it just wipes clean and it doesn't damage the top of the desk. I don't know why I'm trying to stick these to the glass. I know that they're not going to stick, but I still tried. I ended up just grabbing Scotch tape and sticking it to the outside wood part of the mirror. Originally, I was just going to tape the wires while I tried to stick the suction cups on the mirror, but once I realized the tape was working just fine, I ended up just spacing it out and Scotch taping it to the mirror. Here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Just kidding. Nobody's been waiting for this moment. Well, maybe me. A week, maybe 2 weeks ago, Amanda from This Crazy Life had a little blurb on her page about a sale for this vacuum on HSN, and I immediately jumped on over there and snatched one up, and I love it. Now, disclaimer. I absolutely positively love my Dyson vacuum. It's fantastic for all of my wood floors, but I wanted a corded vacuum for my brand new carpet in all my bedrooms. So I'll be specifically using Shark vacuum. It's a Shark Duo Clean Uplight something. I'll be using this vacuum for the carpet in my 3 bedrooms, and then my Dyson I'll be using for the rest of the house. As I'm cleaning the front of this dresser and opening the drawers to clean them, I am noticing all of the chaos that is inside. She doesn't actually have clothes in this dresser. She uses it to store, miscellaneous items, and it's in desperate need of decluttering and reorganizing. This frame on the wall was another Pinterest DIY. It's just a photo frame that I used my Cricut to make some vinyls with her name and monogram, and I took the backing off of a frame and then just hung it with the glass on the wall. This bedroom is only about 10 by 12, and as you see, there's quite a lot of furniture in here, so there's not a whole lot of carpet to vacuum, but the small amount of carpet I did vacuum almost filled up this entire canister. So I'm not sure if that's an indication of how filthy this carpet was, or how well my Dyson vacuum was not vacuuming this carpet. Thanks so much for watching until the end. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Click like if you'd like to see more cleaning motivation, and I will see you in my next video. Today I'm going to share with you 8 mistakes I made while painting my hallway and all of my interior doors black. Well, I didn't paint my hallway black, just the doors were black, but you know what I mean. My first mistake when painting this hallway was not painting the trim and the baseboards first. I didn't originally intend to paint the trim, but once I started painting this new color, which is a very light shade of gray, it's called Sherwin-Williams Snowbound, I quickly realized that the trim against the new color looks kind of yellowish, so I ended up having to go to Lowe's and get a can of ultra white semi-gloss paint for the trim and baseboards. The color I'm painting over is also Sherwin-Williams. It's called Mindful Gray, and that's the color that my entire house is in all of the main living areas. I love the color and it's beautiful, but for this hallway that doesn't have very good lighting, it's just kind of dark. So here you can see the contrast between the two colors and what a huge difference it makes, just this little bit that I've painted here.
I can see everything.
My second mistake was not taping the floors or really protecting them in any way. I thought that I wouldn't drip paint. Now, I'm not a professional by any means, but I thought that this was going to be pretty simple and I wasn't going to drip paint. I ended up dripping paint all over the place. So eventually I did get smart and tape up the floors, but it wasn't until much later.
I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump. Oh, what a fool.
This is the point where you see me give up and I start painting the trim with the existing color that I was using. But the color I'm using is a satin finish and the trim is semi-gloss. So I went to Lowe's and got the semi-gloss in ultra white and went and repainted. So here you can now see that I had taped up the baseboards whenever I did the trim. I didn't record that because this day just took me so long and it was so frustrating. I didn't even show myself painting the walls, which would have been super satisfying. I just wanted to get this over with. This was also the day before Thanksgiving, and I was incredibly optimistic to think that I was going to be able to get all of this done in one day. It took me 3 days before I was finished with everything.
Someone help me catch my breath again.
I love using these monkey hooks to hang pictures that have just a little center hanging thing. If it's not one that goes in the center, I use command strips, but for the ones that just have the thing in the center, this is fantastic. And they're also really great for things that are super heavy, like the mirror I hang in the hallway a little bit later in this video. Moving on to day number 2, we're getting ready to do the doors, and I'm cutting plastic to put underneath the door because I decided it was a great idea to just paint them on the hinges. Spoiler alert, that's not a great idea. So my mistake was not taping the plastic to the floor, because you'll see as I start painting the doors in a minute, as soon as the paintbrush or roller touches the plastic, it moves, and then I have to slide it back, and then it touches something I don't want it to touch. Eventually I got smart and I just taped it to the floor, but when I first started, I was not very smart, and I learned a lot of lessons, as you'll see. The color I chose for my interior doors is Sherwin-Williams Tricorn Black in satin finish. Mistake number 4 is using this large roller to paint the doors. I think it's probably intended to use on walls because that's what I used on my walls yesterday. But the texture of the roller just isn't that great for doors. Use one of those smaller rollers, the 4-inch ones, that are specifically for cabinets and doors. And that brings us to mistake number 5, not removing the hardware. My husband said, just tape it, that'll be easier. Yeah, he lied. Here you can see me fighting with the plastic, which is why I recommend taping it to the floor. In the previous clip you see me paint the door frame, which is like the outside of the door, or the frame around the door, not the door jamb part. Anyway, after painting the first one, I realized it was kind of difficult, especially because it's still on the hinges. So I decided not to do that on this door. I was about 3 doors in before I decided no, I needed to do that. So I had to go back and then repaint all of the outsides of the door. Also, side note, I'm only painting the front of the doors that you can see from the hallway. I'm not painting the inside of the doors where the bedrooms are. So the back of those doors are still white.
I thought you knew I could die to keep you near. We've got a fire in the tent. It's 5:30 a.m. Let's be the kids who left get in trouble again. That stuff got nothing on you. That was brand new, still it's got nothing on you.
Here's where I got smart and taped the plastic to the floor. Also, I'm aware that the first coat of this paint really looks terrible, and I was really concerned as I was painting these doors because once you commit to this, there's really no going back. So you just have to trust the process and know that it'll all turn out great.
We've got a fire in the tent. It's 5:30 a.m. Let's be the kids who left get in trouble again. That stuff's got nothing on you. That was brand new, still it's got nothing on you tonight.
This is the moment I decided to go back and paint the inside frames of all the doors, because when I closed this door, I realized I could still see the white from the outside. So painting the little frame outline of the door was necessary if you're leaving your trim and everything else white.
We've got a fire in a tent. It's 5:30 a.m. Let's be the kids who left get in trouble again. That star's got nothing on you. That one's brand new, still it's got nothing on you.
That's my husband taking off the bifold doors for me to paint. And once he took those off and I started painting them not attached to the hinges, I realized that was a mistake, not removing all of the other doors. So mistake number 7 is not removing all of the doors. So much easier to paint that way.
Every day I'm looking for
We're on day 3. All of the doors that we took off have been rehung, and the rest of the doors are dry enough to actually close now. So I'm going to hang this mirror that I got as an early Christmas present from my best friend. I'm walking back and forth in the hallway to see what it looks like as I come forward, because the light that is hanging directly above this mirror is actually not centered directly in the hallway, but I want the mirror centered in the hallway as you walk down. So when you see pictures of it, it's going to look a little bit off, but just know the mirror is centered, the light is not.
don't even know the enemy when I feel out of touch.
When I put this mirror on the list of stuff I wanted for Christmas, I didn't know that it had the little kick leg behind to use as a stand-up mirror. So when I hung it on the wall, it wasn't hanging flush on the wall. So I took it back down so I could remove the little back part and then hang it back up again, because I'm never going to use it as a stand-up mirror. It's always going to be on this wall.
All I know is every time I see
I am finally finished with my hallway renovation. Doesn't the mirror and the doors look beautiful? As I went to go take pictures, I saw this little grate here looked kind of dusty, so I went to go dust it off, and then I'm like, this dust is not coming off. So I went and got some spray and sprayed it on there and realized how disgusting it is. Those little black pieces of whatever you see falling here, that's like dog hair and dust and dirt. It was so gross, you guys. I'm telling you. Clean your air vent return grates. They're really nasty. Or at least mine were. Now that I've had these doors up for about a week or so now, I can tell you my mistake number 8, which is really the first mistake I made, was not sanding these doors first. If you want the paint to be durable, sand the doors.
like a theme in a song, clever, feeling high.
If you follow me over on Instagram, you saw my post about leaving the back door open and the dogs brought a ton of mud inside. It went all the way from the back door, through the kitchen, the dining room, the hallway, into my room, and the living room. So today's video is me cleaning all of this up over the course of the next 3 days. If you'd like to follow me over on Instagram, my handle over there is the same here, Never Not Cleaning.
I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been.
This was the first day of me cleaning my room. I immediately had to stop what I was doing so that I could vacuum up as much of the dirt as I could. When I walk through the house barefoot, you see I have shoes on now. When I walked through the house barefoot, it felt like I was walking outside. There was so much dirt and mud, you can see here as well. It was literally everywhere in my entire house. I have no idea how long they were running around back and forth, but they made a good mess.
Never thought I wouldn't jump. Oh, what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been.
This rug I wasn't too worried about cleaning because I have already purchased a replacement that I'm expecting in the next day or two. But the rest of my house, the carpet is only a year old. We had new carpet last November. So I wanted to get as much of the mud and dirt up as I possibly could before it set into the carpet.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotion. Sometimes I'm the lighting.
I started with an empty vacuum canister when I started in my bedroom, and by the time I got to the den out here where the dogs hang out, it was half full.
Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm ready.
So as you can see, this is the next day, and I did not even mop the floors because after work I made dinner and I was exhausted, and you know, life happens. I don't get all the housework done in the same day. So my new rug came, so what I'm doing here is I'm just moving all of the furniture out of this room so that I can take this rug out, mop the floor, and then put my new rug in. I got this rug for Christmas, and when I got it, I upsized from the rug that I previously had. I upsized a lot. My old rug was, I think, 5 by 7, but it was way too small for this room. So I'm replacing it because my daughter's dog chewed on the edge of it here, and I ordered a little bit smaller size. So this one is 7 by 10. The new rug that I got is 6 by 9, and those aren't the exact dimensions. It's like 6'2" by 8'10", something weird like that. I don't know why they don't just call it 6 by 9. They're identical rugs other than the size of the new one is just a little bit smaller.
In the dark, I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under this.
I eventually get smart and put her in baby jail because, you know, of course, I drop this on the floor and she's got to immediately step in it. I mean, that's what babies do, babies and dogs. And then the vacuum turns on and she gets excited, so I just put her in baby jail so I could mop, and I put the dogs outside. She's watching Coco Melon and the dogs are chasing squirrels. Of course, as soon as I'm finished mopping, the dogs are done chasing squirrels. It really and truly is hot outside. It's still like 100 degrees here in Texas. So I let them inside and I'm about to put my new rug down. Look at that disgusting water. That's one room. I have my entire house to mop. This is one room of disgusting mop water.
Under the stars. Would you run on me, leaving this mark? But baby, I'm the one who's breaking hearts, one who's breaking
One step forward and another back. I would never try to.
As I'm unrolling the carpet, I'm putting these boxes on each corner to hold them down for probably the next day or two. But I was just wondering, does anybody know what these boxes are? If you do, leave a comment down below.
Hooked on you once again. Girl, I need you. How many times I wanna yell? 'Cause we could be so complete. Baby, I'll never want anyone.
Now here you can see the size difference from the old rug to the new rug. It's not super drastic. It's about a foot smaller, maybe a little bit less on either side. So I'm taking the non-skid padding that was underneath of the original rug and I'm cutting it to size of the new rug.
Smiling like that, I can never resist it. Every moment is another chance. Loving you is all I wanted. I'm wide open for a love affair. Girl, when you're looking like that. Closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby.
I haven't mentioned yet in this video how much I hate this chair, so I want to take the opportunity now to let everybody know, in case you're new here, I hate this chair. I do love those bar stools though. I hated my old bar stools too and got rid of them. One day I'm going to get smart and get rid of that chair, but my dogs love it. That's really the only reason it's still there. They also love this love sack, so I'm going to vacuum all the dog hair off of it and put it back for them to go lay on. Get mud and dirt all over it again.
Never resist it. Smiling like that, I can never resist it. Smiling like that, I can never resist it. Girl, I need you. How many times I wanna yell? 'Cause we could be so complete. Baby, I'll never want anyone new. I was on the bed.
Would you believe me if I told you I used to clean my floors in my entire house with a Swiffer wet mop? It's true. Until I started watching cleaning videos and I saw someone with this mop. I think it was Amy Darley, the first person I saw. I saw her with this mop, so I went and bought it. And prior to having this mop, I used to clean my entire house, all my floors, with a Swiffer wet mop. I used to think that it was cleaning my floors. I was so wrong.
I bet you think that I should calm down, and that I'm overthinking everything about you, and that we're good the way we are.
This bay window section of the dining room, I think, is probably the only part of the house that the dogs didn't get mud all over.
Things you like and what you don't, it's not that long since I met you for the first time. You know we should work it out. You know we should work it out. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better.
I really expected this mop water to be a lot more disgusting than it was. Considering how much dirt was all over my floors, I was really surprised. If you want to see some really disgusting water though, stick around for the carpet cleaning. That's coming up next.
The way you laugh and how you move.
You think I might be joking about it being 3 days later, but it really and truly is 3 days later. Once I mopped the floors, I knew the carpet cleaning was going to be a real pain in the derriere. so I put it off as long as I could.
Let me go when I come real close. I don't wanna get hurt. 'Cause I'm not.
Does anyone else ever lose their Roomba and can't find it? Almost always, whenever I can't find it, it's under my bed.
I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? Will you let me down?
Yes, that is a bag full of Bath & Body Works candles. Guess what everybody's getting for Christmas?
And what kind of feelings, baby, will I love you? Tell me, do you want me? And will you let me down? Yeah. La 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 la.
Remember 3 days ago when I vacuumed the entire house? All I did here was vacuum my room. This is the amount of dust and dirt that came out of my room. Just today.
Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? Will you let me down? Before I'm too invested, you should take it easy. Maybe we could test this and work out our feelings. Baby, will I love you? Tell me, do you want me? And will you let me down? I will find a place for us. I will show you.
I really like this carpet cleaner. It's a Hoover Pet Pro, and you hold the handle down, you push the trigger down when you move forward and backwards. So as you move forward, it puts the solution down onto the carpet, and it's got the bristles that are spinning and turning as you move forward. And then as you pull back, it pulls everything. It does like a wash or rinse, I think, and it pulls everything out. So when you move forward, it's putting it down. When you pull it back, it's pulling it up. I'm just showing you this in real time so you can see how slow I'm moving forward and how slow I'm going back. But I will speed it up here for you in a few seconds because nobody has time to watch this all day.
Place for us, I will show you where to go. And I won't try to change your mind, 'cause I'm always on your side. On my mind, you stay to keep me up at night. Can't explain it, I just know I never felt more alive.
One of the other features this carpet cleaner has is the option to do just rinse. So after I go through and I wash the carpet, I switch it to just rinse, and it doesn't put any solution down. It just puts water down, and I rinse it back and forth. I keep going back and forth doing the same motion as I would if I'm cleaning the carpet, but it's only putting water down, which is getting all the soap and everything out. Ooh, isn't that disgusting?
'Cause I'm always on your side.
I've lived in this house about 4.5 years now, and I got this carpet brand new whenever we moved in. I have not cleaned this carpet a single time in the 4.5 years that I've lived here. It doesn't really look that dirty, but wait until you see this water. Can you see that right there? As I pull it back, it's pulling all of the brown, disgusting water. I probably did this 4 or 5 times. I cut out a lot of it because I was going over the same area over and over again, but I could not believe the amount of dirt and disgusting water that came out of this super low pile carpet too. It's not plush carpet like I have in the bedrooms, but it was really satisfying to see all of the stuff that was coming out of this carpet.
Higher level, turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this.
This is just the rinse cycle I just did on the carpet. No wash, just rinsing everything out.
We might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my tune. Ooh, I love it.
The carpet cleaner kept turning off, not really turning off, but it wasn't sucking water anymore, so I kept emptying and refilling, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, so I just tipped it over and started pulling all of this dog hair out of it.
Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. We got this. We got this.
I'm going over the same area again. This time it's just a rinse cycle. So I switched the little switch to rinse, and it's only putting water on the carpet. And I keep pulling it back and forth until I don't see any more suds come up, because I don't want to leave any of that solution on the carpet, because that'll just attract more dirt.
Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. We got this.
I really appreciate you sticking around and watching this video today. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and click like so YouTube knows you like my channel. Here's a quick view of everything moved out of the living room, my bedroom. I just kind of shoved it all into the hallway, whatever didn't fit on top of my bed. So now we just wait for the carpets to dry.
I will let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music and the chase, like this was meant to be. Take my
I had a charity event to go to with my granddaughter tonight, so I'm back home. It's around 7:30 at night, and I'm just putting everything back where it belongs so I can start another project tomorrow.
this night ends. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's some magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Feel your hands, the way you're touching me around my neck. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. We're dancing close together, making out, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us.
This little stinker here was touching the screen, the little flip-up screen on my camera, and somehow stopped it from recording, so you'll just have to take my word that I put all this away.
It's all about us. It's all about us. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending.
Thanks again for watching today. I know carpet cleaning and vacuuming and mopping is not really very interesting, but I really like watching cleaning videos, and I hope that you like watching mine. Please consider hitting subscribe, hit that like button if you like what you see, and I will see you next week. Hi, my name is Chris, and thanks for stopping by, clicking on my video, and watching today. If you're here because you wanted to see someone sort through 1,200 bottles of nail polish, then you're in the right spot. Keep watching, and I will explain a little bit later how I got 1,200 bottles of nail polish. Before I can start putting away any of the polish on the floor here, I need to clean off the desk. So I'm going to remove the silicone mats that I use to protect the desk from acetone damage. So once the silicone mats are removed, I can clean the desks and then I can put them back so I can organize the polish and put it back on my desk.
No, I don't really care. I don't really care. Yeah, 'cause boy, it's none of your business if I'm a mad woman.
On top of my desk, I have two clear acrylic organizers that hold about 200 or so bottles of polish, so I can have the ones I use the most at my fingertips. So I'm sorting through some of the polish on the floor to decide what I'm going to put away and what I'm going to put back into the organizers on my desk. And then I also have one of them I moved behind me here to the Helmer, but I decide later that I'm not going to move it here to the back. I want them all in front, so it's only here temporarily.
Calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's none of your business if I'm a mad woman.
Moving on to the drawers, this is all polish that also needs to be sorted through and decluttered. So I'm going to go through each one of them one by one and get rid of as much as I possibly can.
Don't be such a stranger, tell me how you're feeling. You know I don't have to live inside your frames, boy. It's such a funny way to tell me what you search in life. Well, I'm a mad woman, sorry I don't compromise. Mad woman, mad woman. Keep calling me a mad woman. Boy,
When I originally started buying polish, I would buy one or two colors from a collection, and I sorted the polish by color, which is why you see the paint swatches on the front of each drawer. But later, as I got more into collecting nail polish, I started buying entire collections because I didn't want to have one missing from a collection. So even if it was a color I didn't love, it was still cheaper because I was buying so many to just buy the entire collection. So now what I'm doing is when I'm sorting through the polish, I'm sorting it by collection, not by color.
this time I'ma win it. This time I'ma win it. What's my luck? I wanna get in. Inside your love, inside your love. This time I'ma win it. This time I'ma win it. What's my luck? I wanna
Now that I have all the drawers emptied and I have the brands sorted by collection, I'm going to take each brand and put them in a drawer together instead of sorting again by color.
Win it, what's my luck? I wanna get in inside your love, inside your love.
I don't know yet how I feel about sorting by collection instead of color, because it is nice to be able to open a drawer and see every single pink polish that you have, but it is also nice to know that everything from one particular brand or maker is in a drawer together. So if there's something from a specific collection that you're looking for, I can open the drawer and know that all the polish from that brand is in that same drawer.
Can't take me out, I'll never come down, down, down. Hey boy, can you catch me? This time I'ma win it. This time I'ma win it. What's my luck? I wanna get in inside your love, inside your love. We'll move all night, no worries, no doubts. This is my time to make you dance, dance. You're never gonna catch me. Dance, dance. So what if I'm crazy?
If I had to choose a favorite nail polish, this Sally Hansen Original Formula Pacific Blue would definitely be in my top 5. Now that all the polish that I'm keeping have been sorted and reorganized, these are all the polish that I am either donating or giving away.
You told me to lighten up, but it's not easy breaking habits. I've got a ton of bad days lined up, and I ain't gonna chase no ride.
310 bottles of nail polish that I'm getting rid of. I probably still have 3 times that I'm not getting rid of. I used to polish my nails pretty frequently, and I used to buy a lot of polish, but I don't do either of those anymore. So it's just sitting here not being used. So I'm gonna get rid of it, donate it, let my daughter keep some, let my granddaughter keep some. So whoever wants to go through it can keep what they want, and then I'll donate the rest to wherever. This is an example of some of the nail art that I've done recently. While I was cleaning out my nail polish, I found these beautiful cupcake polish, and it happened to be Sarah's birthday. Sarah is the maker of cupcake polish, and she lives here in Dallas, Texas. And I was asked to join in on a birthday collaboration for her. So these nails were my contribution to her birthday collaboration.
Stay a while, but it's not easy making promises. You've got a habit of moving.
While I'm organizing my nail desk and putting the clear acrylic organizers and the silicone mats back down, I'll explain why I collected 1,200 bottles of nail polish. Originally, I started 5 years ago when my daughter had gallbladder surgery. She found an Instagram page with some water marble nail art, and I wanted to try it. So I went to the store, bought some polish, and made an attempt, which was not good. So I just kept trying, and I signed up for Instagram just to follow nail art pages. I ended up creating my own nail art page, which I'll link in the description box below if you'd like to go take a look. So I continued buying nail polish. I continued trying the water marble nail art, which I'll include a few pictures of some of my nail art designs here. So then I started buying the indie nail polish or artisan handmade polish by individual makers. And eventually I just started buying the entire collection instead of just 1 or 2 polish from the collection. And it just sort of snowballed from there. Now, full disclosure, I didn't actually buy every single bottle of polish that you see here. Some of it was given to me in swaps that I would do. Some of it was given to me by the maker who made the polish to just swatch on my nails, photograph, and send them the pictures so they could use for their advertisements or on their website for selling their nail polish. So I did acquire it over a long period of time, and most of these polish have only been used once to swatch on 4 fingers, or if it was part of an entire collection that I bought, a lot of it's probably never even been used. Now that everything is sorted, I'm just organizing the acrylic organizers with the polish that I want right here in front of me. And these are some of the new polish that I received that I hadn't used yet, and I want to make a point to use them. And some of them are some favorite and good old standbys that I use frequently. And then others are different kinds of polish that I use for stamping designs, nail art, and other things like that. Originally, when I started cleaning out this space, my intent was to make it a desk for personal use, so I could put my laptop up there and my Silhouette Cameo and put all the nail polish behind me. But once I got it cleaned off, I realized I really do love doing my nails, and there's really no reason why I don't do them anymore. Since I have the desk, I have a dedicated space, I have a lot of nail polish and all the tools to do it, I decided that I was just going to reorganize it, put everything back the way it was, and hopefully that'll motivate me to do my nails a little more frequently.
You're like a lighthouse in a dream, really distant but your beam is guiding me home. So cold yet warm when you hold me, when you close. I know I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it.
Okay, now everything is finally put away, organized by brand. So here's one last look at how everything turned out. My drawers are no longer over full, and I now have plenty of space to add more nail polish. Just kidding. I'm not adding any more nail polish. Thanks for watching today. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me to know that you're interested in seeing more of the videos that I put out. If you liked today's video, hit like or leave a comment below. If you have some time, click the link in my description box and go over to Instagram and take a look at some of the nail art on my nail art page. Hello, I am so excited to be here. It has been a long 9 or 10 months, I think, since I was here last. A lot has changed around my house, and I really regret not filming it because there's been a lot of improvements, a lot of DIYs, and I think these are all things that you would have enjoyed watching, but I kind of lost my mojo for a while. I got a new camera for my birthday, so I think I've got my mojo back. And I really appreciate you watching this video today. It means a lot. I don't taste it. Obsessing over dress when I split. Shoot me a blink. I'm dying from boredom. I even lie. I'm not going to do a voiceover today telling you step by step everything that I'm doing because it's kind of obvious what I'm doing. Dusting, vacuuming, etc. So I'm going to spare you all of the details unless there's something specific I want to chat about. I'll just let you listen to the music while you watch me clean. I must be made out of steel. You're gonna see my puppy walk in here in just a few seconds. He's no longer a puppy anymore. He's also been neutered and gained a couple pounds. We'll just call it the Quarantine 15. No one is in charge of my steering. This I know, this I know, this I know. Hoping dreams are meant to be shared and seen. No, no, yes I know. These motion sensor lights under my bed are really great when you get out of bed at night. They stay on for about 30 seconds so you can see where you're going and then shut off automatically. I'll put a link to them below in the description section if you're interested in checking them out. I got them on Amazon and they come 2 in a pack, I think, for $20. I'm using the eCloth all-purpose cloth for dusting today. I'll include a link to that below as well. I got mine on Amazon.
I tried to get closer to you, drinking courage from my red cup now. I will soon make a move. Ooh, I can taste it, the bittersweetness of taking a shot, a risk worth taking. If it's a shot of love, baby, I adore you. Maybe I adore you. Yeah, I'm feeling high, I'm up on cloud nine. Baby, I adore you. I try to focus on breathing. My heart is skipping a beat. Your lips against a red cup makes me lose my mind completely. Ooh, I can taste it, the bittersweetness of taking a shot, a risk worth taking. It's a shot of love, baby, I adore you. Maybe I adore you. Yeah, I'm feeling high, I'm up on cloud nine. Baby, I adore you.
This is my granddaughter's bedroom. It pretty much stays like this whether she's here or not, even when she's here for a few nights. She's really good at keeping her room clean. She also doesn't have a whole lot of stuff in here to junk it up anymore.
Trying my best not to lose control, 'cause I adore you, adore you. Trying my best not to lose control. I want you, that's all I know. Trying my best not to lose control, 'cause I
Each room I go into, I just rinse out the e-cloth, wring it out, and start again. The polishing cloth I use throughout the entire cleaning process, but the actual microfiber cloth, I just go into the bathroom, rinse it out, wring it out, and then continue on with my dusting.
trying my best not to lose control. I want you, that's all I know. Trying my best not to lose control, 'cause I adore you, adore you.
Yeah, I'm restless, so give me something to do. Yeah, I can't stay here because I need to dance. Jump around and show 'em how I move. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. 'Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party. Tear the ceiling down in front of everybody. If someone's pouring up
This is the room my daughter used to sleep in. It's converted to sort of a guest bedroom, I guess. I don't really have any guests over. But if I did, this is where they would sleep. It's also my nail room where I keep my 900 bottles of nail polish.
got a feeling I'm gonna crash into this party.
I'm just an accident waiting to happen like
Yeah, I'm going all night, I don't need to stop. Yeah, I can't wait to hear that bass drop dance. It's all I wanna do right now. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot.
I got a new couch for Christmas, but this is not it. It wasn't delivered until about a week or two after this video was filmed. So I have 2 videos that I had pre-filmed, so you'll see one more before you see the new couch. And you'll see a lot of improvements I've made here. I got rid of the bookshelf that used to be by the door. I put in a picture ledge over the couch. I got a new console table in the dining room. It's not really, I guess, a console table. It's like a sofa table, but it's very narrow, and that's why I use it in my dining room. I also hung new pictures on the wall in the dining room, but I just did that this weekend, so you won't see that until 3 more videos. So definitely click subscribe so you can see all the changes that I've made.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love.
One of the leveling screws fell out of the bottom of my chair. As I was vacuuming, I hit it, picked it up, and then turned around to just put it in my pocket and toss it in the trash. But then I actually looked at it and realized what it was. My kitchen is by far the messiest room in my house, other than, I guess, probably the garage, which has no rhyme or reason to its organizing. But I try to follow this simple rule for every other room in my house. Don't put it down, put it away. So when you walk into a room with something in your hand, don't put it down, just put it where it belongs, then you don't have to touch it again and you're not making a pile to clean up later. And that seems to work for all the other areas of my house, except the kitchen.
Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side when the sun goes
I assume if you're watching my video today, you watch other cleaning videos as well. And I was just wondering if you have a favorite sink cleaner. I'm not talking about a chemical or a detergent to clean your sink with. I'm talking about a person. If so, leave who that is in the comments. My favorite sink cleaner is Amanda from This Crazy Life. I just love the sink cleaning part of every one of her videos.
My glass was always half empty, but now you're in my life. We're far away from the city lights, so small under the night sky. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out, even after all of these years. You still look at me with the same love. It's just us two, but I don't mind. You could never wear me out. You don't see us stopping now. My life's an adventure, 'cause you came along and showed me how to love without limits, to have a good time. Now my life's an adventure, and you're the reason why.
Folding laundry is probably the one cleaning task that I hate the most. I mean, I don't love cleaning. I love having a clean house, but I don't love cleaning the house. Laundry, though, is my least favorite, so anytime I wash and dry a load of laundry, I always try to immediately fold it and put it away, because if I don't, I'll be living out of laundry baskets for the rest of my life. I saw this sock folding technique on TikTok and now fold all of my socks this way. It keeps them together without having to use the elastic to wrap around the other sock, which usually ends up stretching it out. Hi, welcome back to my channel, Never Not Cleaning. My name is Chris, and if you are looking for some speed cleaning or cleaning motivation in general, then you're in the right place. On this particular day, I started cleaning right after work, and I decided to clean some things that don't get cleaned on a regular basis, like my blinds in the living room. As you can see, they're pretty gross.
'Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some. Feel your body losing up the tension. Baby, did I mention I'll be here for you?
I have several of these green cloths that I use for dusting. This is not the same one that I used for the blinds. I had to get a new one because it was just too disgusting. I buy them from Dollar Tree, so I have several of them. I think they come in a pack of 2 and you get one green and one blue. So I try to use the green ones for general all-purpose cleaning with an all-purpose spray or dry dusting. And the blue ones I use for cleaning with wood cleaner or wood polish spray. I feel like the wood polish or the wood cleaners kind of gunk up the microfiber pores. So I try not to use one for the other type. I try to keep them separate, but you might see me use a blue one for dusting. I probably do. I noticed with the light shining in the bay window here that you can see a true color of what my dining room table actually looks like. In the shadows it looks walnut, but when the sun is shining on it you can see the actual gray color.
Your body losing up the tension. Baby, did I mention I'll be here for you? And my body show you new dimensions. Baby, did I mention this is what I do? Let it go, lose control like you're autopilot. Let me free your mind. Let me free your mind.
Does the Easter Bunny ever hide eggs in your house that you don't find until much, much later? Happens in our house too. Now this is one area of my house that I don't dust as often as I should because as you can see there's a lot of stuff on a lot of shelves. So I decided to tackle that task today. And as I start tackling it, I quickly realize that this is a bigger job than just using a wet cloth or a dry cloth. So I have to go and get the vacuum to vacuum up the huge amount of dust, which you'll see here in just a minute. When I started vacuuming these 2 shelves, the vacuum cleaner was completely empty. As you'll see here, that is the amount of dust from just those 2 shelves.
Yes, you do. I've been looking at your
I'm going to speed this clip up so you're not sitting here watching me for 2 hours, because that's how long it took for me to dust these shelves. I literally took every single thing off, cleaned and dusted the shelf, cleaned and dusted every item on it, and then I put every item back. Now I know that's typically how you dust, but like I said before, this is a huge amount of shelves and a huge amount of stuff, and you don't want to see me sit here and take every item off in real time, because nobody's got time for that.
It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. 'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down.
It really did take me 2 hours to do all of that, but now that it's finished, I'm really glad because it was long overdue. This wall of bookshelves has nearly 30 years of artwork and mementos from my daughter and now my granddaughter.
Falling, yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Whatever it is I'm holding here, I forgot where it went, so I'm just trying to figure out what bookshelf it belongs to. The chair that you can't see in the corner is usually occupied by one or both dogs, so I'm going to wash these blankets right now. And you'll see in just a second, I've locked them in the other room so they can't bother me while I'm cleaning. They're very eager to go outside, and you can see Queen grabs her ball because she thinks I'm going to throw it for her. But sadly, I'm not.
It's what you do.
My granddaughter uses this table over here in the corner for her little art/workstation, and there is glitter on the floor everywhere. So I'm just vacuuming up the glitter and dusting off the table for her, and then I realize how dusty all the other furniture in this room is too. One of the things I love the most about this vacuum is how quick and easy you can switch out the attachments. So you can see I'm using like 3 different attachments here, and of course even though this video is like super sped up, but it's very, very easy to switch them out, and I just love this vacuum that's the main reason. I just love it so much.
Not afraid to bring it up. We laugh when times are rough. All of is enough to carry us through. You bring me roses on a Tuesday, kiss me at the red light. We both like to walk down in Shelby Park. You hold my head at bedtime. You know my favorite wine. This is why we work. Why it's you and I.
In the middle of the day, you turn to me and say, come on, let's get away. Skip this town for a day. Get behind the wheel and drive. We don't care about the time with you by my side. I don't need to hide. I feel alive.
Have you ever been at home alone cleaning? You're just in the zone listening to music with headphones on, and then someone walks up behind you and scares the bejesus out of you. This is my husband walking in the door after work, and he claims he stood there talking to me, which clearly from the video all he did was walk in and say hello, but I was expecting to be at home alone and literally scared the you-know-what out of me when I turned around and saw him there, because I did not hear him say hello because I was wearing headphones. Maybe you've noticed in some of my recent videos, or maybe not, but the faucet has been leaking when I use this sprayer. So I did what everyone does when they want to learn how to do something. I watched a YouTube video to see if I could fix it. And, to my credit, the leaky faucet was fixed, but the sprayer button is now broken, and pops off when I try to press it. So I fixed one problem, but I created another.
This is why we work, why it's you and I. You bring me coffee in the morning, post it with a love and love. We both like to dig it on a Sunday night. You know just when to kiss me, you know I don't like whiskey. This is why we work, why it's you and I. Dancing in the moonlight, girl, you bring the sun out. This is why we work, why it's you and I.
When you were leaving, I need you even more than I did before. You had the last word when you walked out the door. You drive me crazy, I want you to stay here. Now I'm here alone. I hate this party and I don't know anyone. We get drunk and we fight, but I forgive you although you drive me crazy. I want you to stay here. You'll be the death of me still, you're medicine.
This basket of laundry that I just dumped on my bed has been at the end of my bed for close to a month now, and I just keep adding to it and adding to it. So I decided, since I was cleaning house today, I'm just gonna get it over with. Also, I just want to clarify, this is my laundry. This is no one else's laundry in the house. They pretty much keep up with their own laundry, except my granddaughter. I do wash and dry hers, but she puts everything away. So this is just my laundry that's been piling up here for an entire month, and I wash it and dry it, and then I dump it from the dryer into that basket, and then it just sits there.
Yeah, you'll be the death of me still, you're medicine. Yeah, I need it, you light my fire just to put me out again. Still I need you, I'm weak for you. Yeah, I'm weak for you. Yeah, now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing.
This right here, in my opinion, is by far the worst part of doing laundry. Black socks, white socks, they all look the same. So I try to buy socks that have some sort of print or emblem or logo or something on them so that they're different from one another. I just hate matching socks.
Weak for you. Yeah, I'm weak for you. Yeah, now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Now I'm trying to let you go, but I'm always losing control. Is that what you want me to do? Girl, I see your face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there. 'Cause everything reminds me of you. I can't take no more. Girl, I think I'm losing my mind. Try to go to work, but I lost track of time. 'Cause everyone keep looking like you. I can't take no more.
We are almost at the end of the video. If you're still here watching, thank you so much. Please click that like button. It helps out my channel, especially because I'm new. It lets YouTube know that you like what you see. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button for more cleaning motivation. I'll see you next time.
Never up, never down, never. Like a flame in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time.
As you can see from those clips, my house is in some dire need of actual cleaning, not just picking up and putting things away, but actual physical cleaning.
I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump. Oh, what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again.
I got an early start to cleaning today. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning and we're getting ready to go to breakfast. I wanted to take all the pillow covers off of the couch and throw them in the wash while we're at breakfast.
Your dreams to your silly demons. We're diamonds in the dust, so why can't you see it?
It's actually much later in the day. My granddaughter spent the weekend at my house. We've already gone shopping and done all the girl things, painted fingernails and toes, and not fingernails, just toes. So now I'm getting back to the cleaning.
I just need a towel dry. Oh, don't let them get in your head, so please don't.
I really and truly honestly wish I could tell you this is the first time I've spilled wax on this table. It's not even the 5th time I've spilled wax on this table. The amount of wax that I have spilled with these wax warmers around my house is ridiculous. I even have a video, if you look about a year back, where I spilled a huge amount of wax all over my couch. Not this one, my old one. And amazingly enough, even though it was red wax, I was able to clean it all up with my clothes steamer, of all things. So if you ever spill wax on something like that, watch that video. It was actually pretty easy to clean it up.
We're gold inside the rust, so I know you feel it. Keep getting under your thick skin, trying hard, building and nesting your weaknesses. Swimming around in your bloodstream, can't make it stop. Oh, I just need a towel dry. Oh, don't let them get in your head, so please don't let them get in your head,
I hung this shelf behind the couch shortly before Christmas last year, and I don't think I've cleaned it since Christmas when I took down all my Christmas decorations. So you can imagine the amount of dust that I'm wiping off of this white shelf right now. Apparently the amount of dust on this shelf killed a fly.
like I know. You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You're kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You were never backing down, backing down, backing down. What I like about you, so dangerous. I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. Real things up to knock 'em down. That's the way we keep our high, moving like a hurricane.
I was just looking at the amount of things I had to clean on those shelves, and when I look at this windowsill, I think, ew, that's disgusting too. But I really do clean them, I don't know, maybe once a month. How often do you clean your bookshelves and windowsills and things like that? Should I clean them more? Now, while I just said I only clean the bookshelves and windowsills and things like that about once a month, I clean all this stuff in my room pretty much weekly, and you see the amount of dust and probably pet dander and things like that that I'm going to clean off of here, but I do this dusting every single week.
So different, kind of ignorant. You don't care what people say, people say, people say. I'm going crazy for your baby.
In my defense, I did not spill this wax. I have no idea how this wax got here. I did not spill it. It must have been someone else.
I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. Real things up to knock 'em down. It's the way we keep our high moving like a hurricane.
I had to go get a new rag. It was so dirty. I didn't have a single clean spot on it anymore.
But until then, we're like a
Thanks for clicking on my video and watching it today. I really do appreciate it. If you like this cleaning motivation, click like, and if you really like it, click subscribe. Do you guys know how to fold a fitted sheet? Several years ago I watched a YouTube video, believe it or not, on how to do it, and it makes it so much easier to fold it like a flat sheet and fit it with all your other linens.
Before when I met you, I never saw. No, I never saw the way that you look now is all I know. Yeah, it's all I know. So forget about the past. You and I could be lasting.
Pork skins, Christmas wrapping paper, baby clothes, just a little bit of everything on my kitchen counter today.
I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why.
It's a Target dress. Those are little Target shopping carts, little Target logos with the little Target dog. So adorable.
I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah.
Those pink bins are for a future organizing project in the guest bedroom.
Baby, you're so high, I don't mind a little crazy. But baby, you're so high, we don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. So you were like me, wanna be free like a summer night. I'm feeling down, I don't know why. What an alibi. But I'm glad you're here. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. You only call me on the weekends when you're out and about, only chasing highs. You need me, he brings me flowers on a Tuesday. He gives me good loving, something that I never thought existed. I know what I need, ain't gonna lie. I know what I want, speaking my mind now. A queen needs a king to be by her side.
This weekend I celebrated over on Instagram because I finally reached 101 followers. Since I can't post on the community tab here on YouTube, I celebrated on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go do it. But finish watching this video first, of course. I feel like I've been cleaning all day. I just got back from taking Mariah home. I guess it's around 5 o'clock now. I went to the grocery store and I found these pickles. I got a Home Chef recipe once and it had these pickles in the box, and I ate some before I made the recipe. Needless to say, the pickles never made it into the recipe because they were so delicious, I ate them all.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth.
Funny story, I'm talking to my friend on the phone here. You can see she's on FaceTime, just propped up on the couch. And she sees the tripod behind me and she's like, "What kind of video are you filming?" It's just a cleaning video. Nothing to see here.
Seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me?
We have finally made it to the end of this video. Please make sure you hit like so YouTube knows you like this kind of video. And if you want to see more weekly cleaning motivation, please subscribe.